And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome. Welcome to another round of our Friday program. We call it Making Money Fridays here on LIB Radio. We get together with you and we look at a broad spectrum of activities related to our personal finances, fiduciary health. We look at what is happening in the world and how that is expected to impact us and our financial position. I want to say greetings and welcome. Today's date, Friday the 15th of November, 2025, 2024, I should say, in the Western calendar. This corresponds to the year 6265 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the 7th millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, LIB TV here on livinginblack.com. Wow. I think we have a very exciting program to share with you today here on LIB Radio. I hope it touches you personally and that you find this to be useful. Today's program is specifically targeted toward the women, especially maturing women. Let me give you a description of what the program is for today. Bear with me. I've got too many windows open and I've been doing quite a bit of research today. I think you're going to be impressed with what we have to share. The theme of today is eliminating menopausal belly fat strategies. Today on LIB Radio, our Making Money Fridays focuses on another aspect of health is wealth. For too many women, maturation accompanies the accumulation of belly fat, aka visceral adiposity. This can be an indicator of a serious underlying metabolic disorder, leading to a spectrum of other diagnoses. These strategies that we're going to share today will lead to a healthier, more vibrant lifestyle, along with increased healthy lifespan. So that's what we have on the table today. I think you should find this to be really useful. And let me just get this right. Post up another page where I can view what we are doing along with you, our listening audience. And let's get this party started. We welcome you in the listening audience to share a couple of words in the chat if you would. Hit the like button at any given time during the program and let the algorithms know, yes, we have an audience. Yes, the audience is growing. And it also shows a sense of solidarity, of group cooperation, collaboration, which is essential towards eliminating menopausal belly fat strategies. This is absolutely essential. So let's get into the research for today. I've got this document pulled up and a number of talking points. I think I have a total of 18 talking points. Again, you know my methodology. I will come up with centralized theme based upon what I believe to be as important, what is relevant, and what is transformative, what is future motivating. And so we're going to do the best we can with all of the opportunities presented to us by our divine creation. And someone had just sent me a note from overseas, and let me just see if I can real quickly get a response to that. We're putting together collaborative, cooperative groups. And inside of collaboration and cooperation, we get a chance to transform the future. So if you are of the mindset that you are a collaborative, cooperative person, then join with us. We deserve to be embraced by your solid contribution. So we have this list, 18 strategies. And I'm also going to go into my book, Living Superfood Longevity, Master the Possibilities of High Quality Life Extension. And we're going to go into Chapter 10, Women's Hormonal Health and Balancing Strategies. So I've been doing this type of research for a good deal of time, and I think we have some wonderful things to contribute. Number one on that list of 18, and these are in alphabetical order. So there is no one or two priorities over the other. They are all prioritized. As you can master all 18 of these, and they're not so difficult. These are just lifestyle presentations, not so difficult at all. As you can master these, you're going to be celebrating your vibrance, your healthy lifestyle. Number one, bioidentical hormone supplementation. Many of you are aware of HRT, which stands for hormone replacement therapy. Wait till you hear what I have to say, what I wrote about what the manufacturers of the most popular hormone replacement therapy drug, Premarin, what they had to say about warnings and side effects. So therefore, I do not promote HRT. I do promote bioidentical hormone supplementation. Consider the impact of hormone changes. Learn how natural hormone replacement therapy, HRT, combats hormonal changes during menopause that affect weight. There are several natural therapies that utilize herbs and bioidentical supplementation. We're going to give you a list of that herbs. So get the book, Living Superfood Longevity. Go to Chapter 10 and study up, read up, study out. But also have a pen and paper handy while I name some of these herbs that are going to be very helpful. Number 2 on our list of 18. Caloric restriction. Being mindful of portion sizes can help prevent overeating. A good strategy for caloric restriction is intermittent fasting. Add 2 to 6 hours between meals to allow your body to burn existing energy reserves. It has been proven to extend healthy lifespan as well. And I would say also the ideal CR strategy or nutrition strategy focuses on superfoods, which deliver maximum full spectrum nutrition of the 8 critical classes of nutrition necessary, but it also delivers it in such a manner that you can eat less, eat slower, eat less, feel satiated more quickly, and then finish. Smaller portion sizes of higher density nutrition foods gives you your zero balance equation insofar as energy in and energy out, and the vitality you get from your consumption. This is about management of your bioenergetic system. So that got a little more complicated than just bioidentical hormone supplementation, but it all works. This is a synergistic system. We call it the 7 principles of optimal health. Number 2 on this list. Oh, that was number 2, caloric restriction. Number 3, dietary and nutrition correction, a complement to what we were just riffing on with caloric restriction. Focus on plant-based foods, whole grains, clean proteins, healthy fats, and nutrient-dense superfoods, while eliminating processed foods, refined carbohydrates, sugary snacks, meats, especially processed meats, and eliminate caffeine. Eliminating these foods will reduce bloating and fluid retention. Refined grain bread can be quite problematic. Increase nuts, beans, lentils in your meals to support muscle mass and metabolism. Dietary and nutrition correction. Hey, you know me. That's a significant portion of my whole life program. Food is nature's most perfect medicine, and in this particular case, food is the perfect prevention of and or correction of menopausal belly fat accumulation. We're up to number 4 of our list of 18. Don't ignore the critical need for sleep. Don't ignore your critical need for sleep. Sleep is everything. It's one of the 7 principles. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per 24 hours to regulate hormones that regulate appetite and metabolism, and to reduce stress. Restful sleep helps rebalance glandular function that impacts weight and belly fat accumulation. Don't ignore your need for sleep. Get that sleep in. Take an hour off of recreation time. Take an hour off of your evening time and put that onto your sleep schedule and or morning time. It's a wonderful reward that you will get. Number 5, healthy snacking. Choose nutritious snacks like fruits and nuts. Eliminate or significantly limit sugary beverages, desserts, and processed foods to prevent excessive caloric consumption and insulin resistance. Limit sugar and refined carbs. I would say not limit them, eliminate them. Again, reduce your intake of sugary snacks and refined carbohydrates. Bear with me, it was a little bit repetitious. Which do lead to weight gain. So the key here is we're going to be reversing these metabolic disorder patterns, replacing them with healthy patterns, and reap the rewards thereof. Number 6, hydration, one of our 7 principles of optimal health. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to help with metabolism, to help control hunger, and reduce bloating. Use herbal teas instead of coffee. Consume green tea regularly. It's a powerful antioxidant, as its catechin content will aid in weight loss and belly fat reduction. Yes, green tea is excellent. I didn't have mine yet this morning, but I'm going to definitely have some. Number 7, increase fiber intake. Again, fiber is one of our 8 critical classes of nutrients, along with vitamins, minerals, full spectrum amino acid proteins, and clean proteins at that, essential fatty acids, carbohydrates, especially complex carbohydrates or polysaccharides, fiber, and enzymes. Those are our 8 critical classes of nutrition. Again, hydration, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, amino acids, protein, essential fatty acids, fiber, and enzymes. As you eat from that entire spectrum every day, from clean foods, non-processed foods, you're living it. It's a miracle. And we can actually use those, step them up, refine them, and fine tune them. And now you have a super formula, the fountain of youth. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Going forward, we're up to number 8 of 18, mindful eating. Practice mindful eating by paying attention to hunger cues, eating slowly, and savoring each bite to prevent overeating. I will say chew your food from 32 to 48 times to completely liquefy the food before swallowing. Chew your food. One of the things that I have seen common around people who carry too much weight, who are overweight and or obese, is they eat real fast. I watch them, I observe it. They eat really fast, clean their plate really fast, and get up and go look for another one. What happens is that doesn't allow your body sufficient time to even consider what's being brought in. So your satiety factors do not get a chance to switch on and say, hey, listen, I'm satisfied. I can stop eating now. So slow your roll, people. I do not encourage people to drink smoothies, especially with straws. Smoothies can be wonderful. I have a number of different smoothies that are powerful superfoods. There's raw cat fuel. There's a smoothie I'm about to spring on everybody, the stem cell building smoothie. I'm not going to spring that on everybody. I'm going to spring that on our class members. But smoothies are great, but don't drink them with a straw because it bypasses your salivary glands. Therefore, the saliva, which contains the enzyme amylase, doesn't get a chance to engage and interact with the complex carbohydrates in the smoothie. So that's why I tell people you can gain weight, significantly gain weight on smoothies, especially if you drink them too fast. That's true. We're up to number 9. Optimized nutrition. Focus on a diet rich in whole foods, plant-based foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, clean proteins, and healthy fats. Limit processed foods, sugars, and refined carbohydrates. Closely monitor portion sizes to avoid consuming excess calories, even from healthy foods. So that complements the ones we were talking about, mindful eating, about the hydration, fiber, and caloric restriction. That complements them all. These are all strategies that women can use that will be effective at eliminating menopausal belly fat. That's right. Continuing, we are up to number 10. Rebalance estrogen hormones naturally. Address underlying hormonal imbalances driving visceral fat accumulation, and consider herb-based supplements to support hormonal balance. We're going to get to some of those when I turn to the book Living Superfood Longevity. But this is all very, very clear. There are 3 types of estrogen. Actually, there's 15 types or so of estrogen hormones, feminine hormones. But the 3 main types, estrogen, is it estrogen? I have this listed in the book, so I'll get to there. But there's estradiol, that's the word. Estradiol 1, 2, and 3. Estradiol 1 prepares a maturing female body for the stage of life of reproduction, replication of the species. Estradiol 2 is produced in higher quantities during the pregnancy to facilitate all of the complex changes that's happening within the woman's body that guides and directs and manages the evolution of the body of the embryo slash fetus. From the zygote to the embryo to the fetus, the woman's body, the mama's body, does an incredible chemistry, perhaps the most complex chemical manufacturing process in the universe is a pregnant woman's body. Pretty awesome. Incredibly awesome. I give credit to healthy women. I give extra credit to healthy women for managing this properly, because without you managing it properly, with help from the men who love you enough to know that you are the queen of the universe at this time that you're bringing life into the village. Yes, you are. And in estradiol 3 is the estrogen production that leads a woman into the latter stages, starts to shut down the fecundity period, the period in which she's best able to bear children, and then starts to move her into this latter phase of life where her wisdom and maturity are more important in the life where she becomes a grandmother. So she becomes more wise and more mature, but this accompanies menopause, which if menopause is out of balance, if a woman's hormonal system, glandular system is out of balance, if she's under the impact, influence of exogenous estrogen mimicking chemicals, it can be a very strife-filled time for a woman. I've been in a room before with 4 women or more who are undergoing menopause. And it's pretty amazing. Half of them are saying, turn on the air conditioner. Others are saying, turn on the heater. So it can be challenging. It doesn't have to be so miserable, though. It really does not have to be miserable. I know some of you women out there are listening, and you know this is the truth. It doesn't have to be a time of misery. It can be a time of grace in this maturation. We want to make it graceful to the very best of our abilities. We are continuing today. We are focused on talking about eliminating menopausal belly fat. We continue. We're up to, what number are we on this list? Where is the list? We're up to number 11. Reduce or eliminate alcohol consumption. I cannot say that enough. Reduce or eliminate alcohol consumption. I know you watch television, and it seems like every movie, every drama, every TV show where adults are casually together talking about the details of whatever the program's about, they're drinking alcohol. Girls together for mimosas and wine, whatever. Eliminate alcohol if you can, or reduce it. Limit or avoid all sugary beverages, which is what alcohol is, and super sweetened mixers, and opt for low calorie alternatives to reduce overall calorie intake. Now, they're just talking about the calorie intake from alcohol. I often refer to and discuss the neurotoxin impact, neurodegenerative impact of alcohol. For me, I don't have problems with sugar. I quit drinking alcohol in August of 1986, so that's been quite some time now. That would be 38 years? So for me, it's not a problem, but I see more and more, especially among younger women, alcohol is disruptive. It really is. It's problematic. It's disruptive. Alcohol interferes with the function of the neurological system, and it can add empty calories and contribute to weight gain. So consider removing it from your wellness journey for life. And I also contend, because alcohol is fat antagonistic, I contend that excessive amounts of alcohol break down your body's mesenchymal tissue structure and breaks down your body's cellular structures. Cells equal tissues, equal organs, equal body systems. So the loss of integrity at the cellular level, which alcohol is an antagonist against the lipid infrastructure of cell membranes. Now, that's a theory that I have in my mind. I'm going to have to work that theory out. Let me write that down real quickly because that's a very powerful. I'm going to ask this of AI, not right now. Does alcohol consumption, spell it right, interfere with lipid management of cell membranes and tissue structures? I think it does. It makes logical sense. So that's the question that I'm going to be asking of AI. I'm not going to do it right now because it's just a hypothesis. And it may take me 4 or 5 different iterations of the question to get at the kind of breakthrough of understanding that I'm looking for. But that's not a bad inquiry. I hope you do agree. I'm going to just save that real quickly. And let's go back to our conversation on eliminating menopausal body fat. We're up to number 12. Regular exercise. Commit to daily moderate intensity exercise, such as brisk walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming for at least 150 minutes a week. To balance, now that sounds like a lot. 150 minutes a week, that's 22 minutes a day. That's not unreasonable at all. Or 25 or 30 minutes on 6 days and then take a day off if you need that. Do this for at least 150 minutes a week to balance hormones, burn calories, ketosis, and reduce belly fat. Incorporate high-intensity interval training, HIIT, to your routine to boost metabolism and burn adipose tissue fat cells more rapidly. Incorporate aerobic exercises and strength training to boost metabolism and build muscle mass, along with stretching and balance routines. Regular exercise. Incorporate all 3 exercises: cardiovascular or aerobic exercise, stretching and balance, as well as strength training. Get those 3 in and be like Ernestine Shepherd. In the promotion for today, I put up a photograph. Let me see if I can show you the promotion photograph. I can show you the promotion photograph one more time here real quickly and present photos, share screen. I'm actually going to share a tab, and that tab I'm sharing is my WhatsApp, and there is the picture. Here is the picture that I used to promote today's program. And here, bear with me. Let me see if I can size it just a little bit bigger. Can I do that? Yeah. And in that picture, you can see Ernestine Shepherd. The caption says, "I'm 86. Here is my secret of youth." And yeah, she's got it. She doesn't make it any great secret. It's just that she has a plan, a formula, a strategy, routine. And she's very excited about it. And she teaches it to a lot of women. Congratulations to Ernestine Shepherd for your grace. I am not the only one who's wonderfully, incredibly proud of you, Sister, for what you do. Yeah. Number 13 of 18. Well, again, we're focusing on eliminating menopausal belly fat strategies. Number 13, significantly reduce refined carbohydrates. Reduce your intake of sugary and processed foods, pastries, donuts, cakes, pies, candy, and more candy. We talk about the sugar content of alcohol and alcoholic beverages, coffee, many of these holiday season caffeinated drinks. Check the websites of these companies that sell these drinks. Starbucks sells a whole bunch of them. I've done lists before of the highest sugar content drinks and the companies that deliver them, like Dunkin', used to be Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin', Starbucks, McDonald's, all of these holiday coffee drinks, all of them are saturated with sugars. Some as many as, if you're getting a grande, meaning the big size cup of one of these holiday drinks with whipped cream on it and sprinkles on it, it's probably very close to, if not exceeding, 80 grams of sugar in one beverage. And look at the price you pay for all of that sugar. You're going to be paying $6 and up for that. I had never drank them. I won't drink them. There's no way in the world I'm giving somebody $6 to poison myself. No, that doesn't make any sense. It makes no logical sense at all. So if you're still going to do it, it makes no logical sense. It means it's attached to your emotions, not your logic. I assure you, people, we can do better than that. We better do better than that. Anybody out there talking to me today? Let me double check, see how big an audience I've got. I do see my audience, Alter Ego. I see you in the house. Great to have you with us. People on YouNow, you may see me typing in numbers. Well, the numbers are within a rhythm. Some of the numbers mean different things, but also I type these numbers in about once every hour or so, at least once every hour, and that keeps the YouNow from resetting and dropping the broadcast. So I have to go back in and relaunch it all day long. It will play for about 5 or 6 hours, maybe about 5 hours before it naturally cuts off. But if I don't interact with it, then after 2 to 3 hours, it'll just shut off. So that's why you see me typing in these numbers. But if you type in, I think it keeps the page going because there is engagement. And to our Rumble family, did you already hit the like button for today's program? Do you like what I do here on LAB Radio? Do you think that this program is worthy of my attention? We're up to number 12. We completed number 13. We just talked about significantly reduce refined carbohydrates. Reduce intake of sugary and processed foods. We talked about ice cream, you scream, we all scream. Desserts, lots of sugar in there, especially caramelized sugar, which adds another degree of danger with the advanced glycation end products that clog up the interior of your body. We're talking about pastries, even bread. Some of the bread is better than others, especially whole grain bread. Sprouted whole grain bread is undeniably better. Sourdough or fermented bread is better. But the stuff that they show you on TV, somebody grabbing a sandwich, is just putting some processed meat, mayonnaise, and a piece of cheese on the white bread. That's what we call chewicide. That's what we call chewicide. But that's normal In this country, that what I just described, processed meats, processed cheese, almost a cheese, processed meat, processed cheese, mayonnaise on white bread, that's chewicide. And you know better than that. You know better than that. I think it's hilarious because I've eaten like that before. Yes, I have. Bologna and cheese, mayonnaise, white bread. I ate that way when I was a child. Luckily for me, I discovered an alternative pathway that eliminated that when I was in my early 20s. So no more than a quarter of my life was I subjected to eating this chewicide. And now I've corrected that with, since about 27, I got on the correct pathway, 25, around that age, about 27. So since then, that would be 42 years of being healthy. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And I'm in it for the count. The next 42, the next 57 years of my life, my diet will continue to be refined and I will continue to refine it. December 1st, I'm going to bring a group of you along with me. We're going to do this together. We're going to take 56 days and we're going to have a nutrition-based lifestyle that's going to strictly be focused on increasing our ability to create, produce, and differentiate stem cells. That's the very process of life. That's where life begins, with the proliferation and differentiation of stem cells in the womb. After the egg and cell, the sperm and egg are, conjoined, then that's when the stem cell process powerfully explodes and turns on. It's amazing. We're going to replicate that in our adult bodies. I've done this science, and the science is tight. I'm going to show you if you're interested in joining us. Here we go. We're up to number 14 of 18 of our strategies to eliminate menopausal belly fat. Number 14, stay physically active. Incorporate daily physical activities like walking or gardening. Develop a routine that includes regular exercise throughout the day, along with healthy eating patterns. Incorporate more movement into your daily routine, such as taking the stairs, walking during breaks, parking at the rear of the parking lot, or doing household chores. You know, believe it or not, and I'm going to be hosting another event here tomorrow, the 16th of November. If you haven't already heard about it, drop me a text at 702-580-0662 and say, just type in the text Saturday, November 16th, put a question mark, and I'll holler back at you and make sure you have a chance to participate. It's going to be awesome. So stay physically active. But what I was about to say is, when I'm hosting a dinner, and the last one we hosted was the first Saturday of the month, I made 29 different dishes. And during the course of preparing 29 different dishes, I actually lose about a pound of weight per day. Even as I'm just sampling, I'm not really eating, just kind of sampling the foods. But what happens is, when I'm making 29 different dishes and I just sample it to make sure that it's where it is intended to be by the time it's finished, by the time I sample all of these, I've gotten full spectrum hypernutrition. I'm satiated. I am not hungry. And the next morning I wake up, my weight is down 1 pound from standing up, routine exercise, body active, active, active. That's what number 14 says. Stay physically active. Incorporate daily physical activities like walking or gardening. Develop a routine that includes regular exercise throughout the day, along with healthy eating habits. Incorporate more movements into your daily routine, such as taking the stairs, walking during breaks, parking at the rear of the lot, or doing household chores, or if you have to sit in front of a computer for hours at a time, like I have to do when I'm doing the program, just take every 20 minutes or so, take time, stand up, just stretch your body, move your body side to side. I like putting my arms over my head and stretch them till I hear something pop. Oh, that was a good one. Stay physically active. You deserve it. You deserve to stay forever young and vital, vigorous and excited, and to enjoy a healthy lifespan. We're up to number 15. Strength training. Build muscle to boost metabolism and get rid of, quote, skinny fat, unquote. Target visceral fat specifically through exercises that engage the core, such as planks, crunches, sit-ups, leg raises, and fire breathing. And these are what I do every morning. I have this routine, and it lasts 25 minutes. The routine, I go through 9 different phases, focusing mainly on the core. The first of which is I do my heel-toe bends. I do 100 of those. That's to open up and strengthen the blood flow in the bottom part of my legs, especially to strengthen the back flow prevention. You have to strengthen these muscles that that allow for the blood to circulate from the bottom back up into the upper circulatory system. Otherwise, if that system's not strong enough, those muscles aren't functioning, or if they're blocked somehow, you don't get good circulation, and that will lead to peripheral neuropathy and also edema, the accumulation of water, fluid buildup in the bottom part of your legs. So that's why I do that. That's number 1. Number 2 is knees to the chest. That is a core, but it also starts to fire up my aerobic system. I do 150 of those. Then I'll do a reverse plank for that last what? I do 8 count. No, I do a 16 count. No, 32 count on reverse planks. And that's a total of 8 breaths. So 32 count, that's going to be what? Half a minute. And then the next one I do are straight leg lifts, followed by reverse plank, followed by 100 kegels, followed by 150 sit-ups, followed by fire breathing, followed by my last one is stand up from the ground without using my arms. So that is my 9-part daily routine. It works real well. I like it. Keeps my weight where I want it to be. Keeps my core where I want it to be. When I take off my shirt, I don't have to be ashamed. Ain't no hanging. Nope. Look, brother got some. I got some of them. Yeah. So that is strength. No, that's number 15. Strength training to boost metabolism and get rid of skinny fat. Also, as part of my strength training, I try to do a minimum of 2 sets of push-ups a day. Some days I delay it so long I only get in 1, but my one yesterday was 250 in a single set, no pause, no break. That's a good day. Usually, though, 250, I'll have to follow that one up with another set of 200. I don't think I did that second set yesterday, though. But the day before, I did 2 sets. One was 225, and the second one was, I think, 200. That's not a bad day, is it? But I try and get in at least 250 in a single set every day. Some days, I'll do 300. Going forward, number 16 of 18 stress reduction. Engage in stress-reducing activities such as yoga, meditation, or deep breathing exercises, mindfulness, relaxation, as stress can and does lead to weight gain, especially we're talking about menopausal belly fat weight gain. Number 17, support network. Consider joining a support group or starting your own, or working with a nutritionist or personal trainer who specializes in menopausal health and weight loss. A support group is incredibly useful for motivation and accountability. Yes, the best things I've ever done in life were part of a collaborative network, and I would venture to say probably most people would say the same thing. So get your group together, get your support group together. You can dine together, you can exercise together, you can share insights, tips, information, you can watch movies together. You can do so many things that are transformative. Get that support group together. And number 18 of 18, stress management. Oh, I mentioned stress reduction. So this is kind of an extension of that. So I guess we really only have 17. Practice mindfulness and find ways to reduce cortisol levels, such as practicing Tai Chi, yoga, or meditation to minimize belly fat accumulation. Combine diet and exercise with reducing stress using techniques such as deep breathing, the fire breath is one I mentioned, progressive muscle relaxation, or mindfulness meditation to create a comprehensive approach to eliminating menopausal belly fat. Without a doubt, stress contributes to weight gain. And stress not only contributes to weight gain, but as I talked about in my book, Get the Weight Off, weight gain, overweight, and obesity is related to 33 different diseases and disorders, some of which are life-threatening, like cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome diseases, including hypertension. So get the weight off. There's a website, gettheweightOff.com. I think it's HTTP, gettheweightOff.com. Check it out. You may find this book to be informative, inspiring, exciting, and could be just the key for you to achieve the weight loss that you envision you deserve without having to go through dietary drugs, I know all this other stuff. The weight gain industry is making $100 billion a year at this point. That's just in the United States. And people are still getting fatter as a nation. So we can do better than that. So these strategies that we just shared, these 18 strategies, can be beneficial for overall health and may help in managing weight during menopause. And just real quickly, just a couple more thoughts on that topic of strategies to shred that menopausal belly fat. I'm glad you took the time out today to join our workshop to address the frustrating and common issue of menopausal belly fat. Hopefully, you made copious notes and you learned evidence-based strategies to combat hormonal changes, insulin resistance, and metabolic shifts. We have sought to discover pathways that allow us to incorporate exercise, nutrition, lifestyle changes, the 7 principles of optimal health, to reduce visceral adiposity, so-called belly fat, to boost metabolism, and regain personal confidence about your body type, your body shape, and your health. So good job. I hope you do agree. We shared all these tips. Now I'm going to share one more bit of information or pocket of information. And I'm curious why nobody, not one person today, looking at my Rumble page where I have a fairly good sized classroom active right now, but literally not one person said one word. I feel abandoned. That no one said a word, wrote a word of support today. What's up with that? Has the Trump re-election got everybody so spooked that they don't know how to be civil anymore? It's a weird time. I'm trying to do the best I can, but obviously the best I can do is not good enough. You know something? This is embarrassing for me to even admit it, but it's the truth. And I need you to help me out to get by it. This is the 15th day of the month of November. And I've only sold one book all month. Just one. It was an Amazon sale. I have not been to the post office to ship books, even though I do have one shipment that's going overseas. I need to get that to them today. But that order was from a long time ago, and the post office messed it up and had to redo the whole thing. I'm right now just prepared to get the whole thing redone and finished. I feel abandoned. It is what it is. Let me look at my You Now family. I see people watching, but not talking to me. Not at all. I'm going to close out with this excerpt from the book. I'm not going to read as much of it as I thought I would. This is from the book called Living Superfood Longevity, Mastering the Possibilities of High Quality Life Extension by your brother. I'm going to go to page 63 from chapter 10. Is entitled Women's Hormonal Health and Balancing Strategies. Among the many concerns women have as they go through various stages of life is the broad array of effects that our shifting hormones impose as the decades advance. Over the years, particular attention has been paid to the impact of estrogen hormone levels on a woman's maturing body. One remedial strategy that has arrived and is widely adopted, yet significant alarms continue to be raised, is hormone replacement therapy, HRT. As our intention throughout the series of Living Superfood books is to approach our remedies in the most natural and least risky manner possible, I suggest that women thoroughly research HRT pros and cons before committing to synthetic hormone administration or other therapies for which there are known risks. To understand a bit more about what is involved with hormone replacement therapy, certain underlying facts must be considered. Life Extension magazine published one such useful inquiry entitled Female Hormone Restoration, Estrogen Explained. Here's what they wrote. To fully appreciate the complexity of HRT, it is important to understand the various forms of estrogen and their physiological effects. More than 15 forms of natural estrogen have been identified. That from Tavio 2010, including estrogen including estrone, estradiol, and estriol. Each of these estrogens has particular functions. Estradiol, E2, the prominent form in non-pregnant reproductive females, primarily aids in the cyclic release of eggs from the ovaries, i.e. ovulation. E2 has beneficial effects on the heart, bones, brains, and colon. Reduction in the level of E2 causes common menopausal symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats. Estrone, E1, produced in the ovaries and fat cells, is the dominant estrogen in post-menopausal women. Estriol, E3, is secreted in large quantities by the placenta during pregnancy. However, it is a comparatively weak estrogen and the form of estrogen least associated with hormone-related cancers. In Europe and Japan, E3 is frequently used for HRT. I write, as noted in this excerpt, estradiol, E2, normally has, quote, beneficial effects on the heart, bone, brain, and colon, unquote. At the same time, deficiency of this important estrogen hormone in maturing women is associated with the discomfort of menopause. And as the article pointed out, estriol, E3, which is secreted in larger quantities during pregnancy, has been frequently used for HRT in Europe and Japan without the associated higher risks from other prescribed estrogen drugs. Now listen up real quickly. This is some groundbreaking research. I write, in the U.S., some 9 million women, nearly 1/3 of postmenopausal women, use the patented drug Premarin for hormone replacement therapy. Premarin is, quote, made up of conjugated estrogens obtained from the urine of pregnant mares, unquote. Hence the name pregnant mare urine, Premarin, manufactured by our national neighbor to the north. Here's what they had to say about their drug. Quote, Premarin is Canada's most lucrative pharmaceutical export to date. It is the most widely prescribed drug in the United States and holds 80% of the estrogen supplement market worldwide. Premarin was first marketed for menopause in 1942. By 1972, Premarin tablets were certified by the Food and Drug Administration as effective for treating menopause, and in 1986, based on studies conducted by Wyeth, the FDA approved Premarin for treatment of osteoporosis. Now, that excerpt was not from the Wyeth website. That was from Premarin Facts and Opinions from Project Aware, taken from the website of project-aware.org. I write, estrogenic drugs are also being prescribed for women and men to treat certain reproductive disease diagnoses, including cancer. And they're giving estrogenic drugs to men diagnosed with prostate cancer, and that is a form of what is known as chemical castration. This is particularly of concern since it is known that certain of the 15 different forms of estrogen are associated with an increased risk of cancer growth. In addition, there is the notorious side effect of chemical castration when estrogenic compounds are prescribed to men undergoing prostate cancer chemotherapy. I regard this as a very sinister, dangerous, and humiliating practice. Noted side effects from Promerin's usage in women include, quote, stomach upset, nausea, vomiting, bloating, breast tenderness, headache, or weight changes, unquote. And patients are cautioned to be on the lookout for other serious side effects, including, quote, mental mood changes, such as depression, memory loss, breast lumps, unusual vaginal bleeding, unquote. That reference and the following comes from Promerin Precautions from WebMD, online at webmd.com. And then the next set of references come from Promerin Important Safety Information and Indications from Promerin.com. I'm not sure if that website is still open. I no longer use .coms and HTTPs as references in the books that I write. This one's been out for 12 years or so. To this list of precautions, the drug manufacturer's website includes the following alarming warnings. Point 1. They wrote, these are their exact words. Using Promerin alone may increase your chance of getting cancer of the uterus, womb. Report any unusual vaginal bleeding right away while you're using Promerin. Vaginal bleeding after menopause may be a warning sign of cancer of the uterus, the womb. Next, and here, bear with me, let me just hydrate. Point 2, from the website of the Promerin manufacturer. Do not use estrogens with or without progestins to prevent heart disease, heart attacks, strokes, or dementia, decline in brain function. I write in brackets, do not use with or without progestin. That is more than confusing. That is downright frightening. They wrote, using estrogen alone may increase your chance of getting strokes or blood clots. Using estrogen with progestins may increase your chances of getting heart attacks, strokes, breast cancer, or blood clots. Next point, they wrote, using estrogens with or without progestins may increase your chances of getting dementia, based on a study of women 65 years of age or older. And the last point they wrote, you and your healthcare provider should talk regularly about whether you still need treatment. Do not use with or without. Use it with, it raises the risk of these dangerous diseases like heart attack, cancer, and strokes. Use it without, it raises those dangers and others. This is crazy. I suggest that any conversation you have with a healthcare provider that would prescribe such a dangerous and unnecessary concoction to you or anyone else starts off with the words, "What in the hell?" The symptoms of menopause and postmenopause are so disruptive to women that some reasonable solution must be brought forward. Fortunately, many beneficial foods, herbs, supplements, and lifestyle modifications can be utilized to serve the aim of high-quality life extension, thereby lessening the numerous disease risks associated with hormone replacement therapy. This brings us to the advantage of bioidentical HRT. Health advocates consider bioidentical hormones a, quote, natural and safe alternative to standard hormone replacement therapy for menopausal symptoms, unquote. Again, we can refer to an article entitled Is bioidentical hormone therapy safe? Question mark. Published by Everyday Health magazine. It read in part. Interest in bioidentical hormone therapy started to take off in 2002 when a large study called the Women's Health Initiative, WHI, was halted after researchers discovered an increased risk of breast cancer, heart attack, stroke, and other problems in postmenopausal women taking hormone replacement therapy. The hormone used in that trial was an FDA-approved combination of non-bioidentical estrogen and progesterone. Many women stopped taking hormone replacement therapy, and some went looking for alternatives. Unlike conventional hormone therapy that uses synthetic hormones or animal-based hormones that are slightly different from a woman's own hormones, bioidentical hormones are biochemically the same as those made by the ovaries during a woman's reproductive years. And that reference is again from Is Bioidentical Hormone Therapy Safe? Written by Regina B. Wheeler and Kristen Stewart from Everyday Health Online. There are a couple more pieces of this I want to share. Just coming out of that excerpt, I write, bioidentical pregnenolone supplementation has become popular among women and some men. I use it. Looking to alleviate the negative symptoms of hormonal maturation without assuming the numerous risks associated with other HRT therapies. Now, I use bioidentical pregnenolone because it is a hormone precursor, meaning it feeds the glandular system. So therefore, although I am not interested in increasing my levels of estrogen, my body does use estrogen. Everyone's body, male and female, uses estrogen, just as all of our bodies use androgens. It's a balance of cellular life. It's just a fact. So for me, feeding my glandular system to be able to produce the hormones necessary to chemically communicate and modulate my internal metabolic functions makes perfect sense. According to several sources, pregnenolone, a glandular precursor, supports the body's natural production of hormones, promotes mental energy, reduces the impact of stress, supports brain function, increases the creation of new neurons, enhances memory and cognition, as well as alleviates suffering from chronic degenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, Huntington's, ALS, and again, that's advanced lateral sclerosis, and Parkinson's. Now, just real quickly, well, let me share this other paragraph. And then in my chapter 14 of this book, my arsenal of anti-aging supplements, I do include bioidentical pregnenolone. But here's what this other excerpt has to say. An online nutritional supplement merchant shared the following about pregnenolone. Quote, pregnenolone is found in larger quantities in the brain and cranial nerves than any of the sex compounds. Animal studies provide information showing the correlation between cognitive performance and the cerebral concentration of pregnenolone sulfate. With age, the amount of pregnenolone synthesized in the body decreases. Around age 75, it is believed to be reduced by as much as 60% from the normal amount present at age 35. And isn't that age around age 75 an age when many people are suffering from cognitive decline, cognitive disorders? Yes, that's true. I'm going to go into chapter 14 just briefly and give you one of my 52 anti-aging arsenal of supplements. And we're looking specifically for pregnenolone, and it may be under bioidentical pregnenolone. I think it's under B for bioidentical. So bear with me. This is well worth it. We're talking about, ooh, do I have it here? I thought I had it here. I may have put that. This is an earlier iteration of the book. So the explanation that I use will have to suffice for right now, unless I have it in here second time. No, I don't. So I'll just double check and make sure I get that in that chapter as well. But it is here. Bioidentical pregnenolone. As I further explored the practicality of using bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, focusing on the reported benefits of pregnenolone supplementation, I found more research that might encourage women who want to alleviate these disruptive symptoms without increasing the risk of cancers and other chronic diseases associated with HRT therapies. One of these articles pointed out the bioidentical pregnenolone was produced from wild yams grown in tropical regions. Here's from the same article I just referenced earlier, written by Regine Wheeler. Supplemental pregnenolone is molecularly identical to the pregnenolone that the body makes naturally. The raw material to create pregnenolone comes from wild yams, which is Dioscorea villosa, Dioscorea villosa, which are grown in Mexico and other tropical regions throughout the world. Okay, I'm just going to read 4 more paragraphs. I'm going to just go right through this. This is a wonderful chapter. I hope you do agree. Chapter 10, Women's Hormonal Health and Balancing Strategies. I write, it should be noted that supplementation with natural pregnenolone is beneficial not only to women, but to men as well. Keep in mind that pregnenolone is a precursor element used by the body to manufacture a spectrum of hormones. Still, its use for menopausal women cannot be understated. Wild yams has been studied extensively for its impact. Wild yam has been studied extensively for its impact on women's health, and an extract made from wild yam has long been shown to provide menopause symptom relief with a very low risk of side effects. In addition, wild yam extract is widely touted as a natural means of providing positive benefits for menopausal symptoms, normalizing blood lipids, and balancing sex hormones. In an article entitled 10 Best Herbs for Female Hormone Balance, Dr. Edward Group listed a number of herbs used worldwide for alleviating hormone decline symptoms attributed to maturation and menopause. He included noted remedies from Ayurveda, an ancient nutritional healing system from India, and localized solutions used in South America, China, the Caribbean, Europe, and Southern Asia. These are listed by Dr. Group. 1. Ashwagandha. 2. Avena sativa. 3. Catawba bark. 4. Epimedium, also known as horny goat weed. 5. Maca root. 6. Muira puama. 7. Shilajit. 8. Suma. 9. Tonkat Ali. And 10. Tribulus terrestris. All of these, sorry about that typo paragraph. Many of us may be familiar with maca root, which has become somewhat popularized as a superfood and is often referred to as, quote, the Andes aphrodisiac, unquote. It is grown above 10,000 feet in the Andes Mountains of South America, where, among other uses farmers use it to restore fecundity to aging sheep. Of the herb Tongat Ali, the author, Edward Group, writes, Tongat Ali is consistently referred to as the greatest natural aphrodisiac known to man. Used in Malaysia by women to stimulate libido and increase the sensitivity of erroneous zones, erogenous, not erroneous, erogenous zones. Tongat root also supports energy levels, cognitive function, and creates positive responses to stress. Researchers have found it boosts testosterone levels and promotes hormonal balance. Tongat Ali is also marketed as a male enhancement supplement as, quote, men's passion booster. And so it goes on. I next refer to another article, which I'm done reading for today, from Dr. Axe. Dr. Josh Axe also posted another article, 10 Ways to Balance Hormones Naturally, that focus on supplements, foods, and a critical analysis of cooking oils, inflammatory conditions, environmental stresses, toxic chemicals, and other lifestyle factors that impact hormone balance. And then it goes on to list a number of different foods such as coconuts, avocados, superfoods, chocolate, especially the chocolate that's not corrupted by sugar and casein ingredients. Casein, the protein from milk that's also used in glue to make chocolate bars firm at room temperature. So we now have put on the table multiple strategies, tactics that will assist our sisters to overcome this persistence of menopausal belly fat. These strategies will work. I encourage you to implement as many of them as you possibly can, multiple strategies to further guarantee that you're going to get the outcome, the results that you need, that you want. You've been tuned into LIB Radio, LIBTV, and livingblack.com. I remind you, December 1st, we are launching a program. And this program we're launching, do I have this up on my desktop? I think I do. The strategy we're launching on December 1st is 56-day program to support the proliferation and differentiation of stem cells. It will be a practical exercise in reversing the aging process, as your body, my body, produces 300 million new cells every minute. 300 million new cells per minute. And these cells are derived from stem cell proliferation. Stem cells are able to differentiate into as many as 200 different types of cells throughout the body. So we're going to figure out how to do this process naturally. You've heard me talking about that. I've got more research. I keep pulling research on this every day because I'm really preparing for this to be 100% successful for everyone who engages it. I've done it once before. I showed you the before and after pictures, and most of you, not all, but most of you agreed, yeah, the one on the right looks significantly younger than the brother on the left 56 days earlier. So should you choose to join us, I'm putting up, I need to go ahead and finish another web page just for this one, but we've done these programs with the reboot, rejuvenation, the detoxification programs, superfood strategy programs. We do this frequently. Why? Because we can. Why? Because it's needed. So here's what we got going, and I'm just looking. Holistic stem cell therapy. And I did another program just a couple of days ago, stem cell glossary. So here's what it is. And I'm sitting here looking at this formula. I need to try this formula out before I do the class. But I'm going to be doing it with the class as well. So here's what the class is real quickly. Oh, this is what I just found. We're talking about the cost of stem cell therapy. This is what I haven't introduced yet. I can just push this in right here real quick. I think I have time here. Let me double check my clock to see how much time I have. Because though on days when nobody's talking to me, I kind of question why do the overtime when people just are not responsive. This is getting really weird, people. I am talking to people in the background about what's going on. Are you experiencing this, or is it just people hate me all of a sudden? It is what it is. We're talking about stem cell therapies. The cost for this class, a one-time payment, is less than $300. And I'm even going to send you some books. That's ridiculously low price. But the cost for allopathic medicine stem cell therapy, here is a summary of the cost ranges mentioned in my search. $4,000 to $8,000 for a single treatment. Non-surgical orthopedics. That's in the United States. $4,000 to $8,000. $5,000 to $50,000 average cost range in the United States. $15,000 to $45,000 culturally expanded cells, United States. And I'm going to explain what all of these mean. $25,000 for IRB approved mesenchymal stem cell protocol, United States. That's $25,000. For less than $300, I'm going to show you how to do that yourself using food and nutrition and other natural, non-toxic, nature-based methodologies. The body was designed to do this. That's $25,000. $300 to $2,300 for private cord blood banking. Initial collection and storage fees. That's in case a woman's having a baby. She wants to collect the stem cells from the umbilical cord. That's $300 to $2,300. $1,300 to $8,500 for a single treatment, depending on the clinical picture. $5,000 to $15,000 for autologous stem cells, United States. You know what autologous means. Auto means self. Logos means of the body. So they're going to charge you $5,000 to $15,000 to collect stem cells that your body has made itself. $20,000 to over $50,000 for multiple sclerosis or is it lateral sclerosis? I think it's advanced lateral sclerosis, ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, depending on the protocol and clinic. Please note that these cost ranges are estimates and may vary depending on individual circumstances. It is essential to consult with a qualified healthcare professional to determine the specific cost of stem cell therapy for your condition. And that condition may include autoimmune disorder, may include sickle cell disease, which is over $1 million, and may include vitiligo, which is on the protocol that I'm putting together, also covers vitiligo. As of October 2023, one of the most expensive stem cell therapies reported is Zolgensma, a gene therapy for spinal muscular atrophy, SMA. While not a traditional stem cell therapy, it involves the use of a viral vector to deliver a functional copy of the SMN1 gene to patients. The cost of Zolgensma is approximately $2.1 million for a single treatment, making it one of the most expensive one-time therapies in the world. $2.1 million. In the realm of stem cell therapy specifically, costs can vary significantly based on the condition being treated and the specific protocols used. Some experimental stem cell treatments for conditions like certain cancers or degenerative diseases can also reach costs in the range of $500,000 to over $1 million to reach a record $2.1 million for the one we're talking about, Zolgensma. Especially when considering comprehensive treatment plans that include multiple procedures, hospital stays, and follow-up care. Here's more on that research. I'll come back to that. I'm going to be returning to this subject because I'm very serious. We have 2 weeks away until we launch. 2 weeks away until we launch. And we talked about this 2 days ago. I did a program on the list of diseases and disorders for which stem cell therapies are being listed. And I think, didn't we get up to something like 28 different diseases and disorders? A huge number. I think we got to 25. So join us. Consider joining us. Here is the link in case you want to get through. Stem Cell Rejuvenation Course with Coach Keaty begins December 1st, 2024. This encompasses a 28-day guided regimen and includes 3 books. Let me just copy, cut, and paste that. For those of you following along, you can listen along and learn along and participate. We do encourage your active engagement. Your participation is so important. So, include 3 books and includes the books Living Superfood Life to the Max, Living Superfood Longevity, which I've been reading from this morning, and Living Superfood Recipes, Volume 2. You're going to learn key principles of regenerative biology. We are going to detoxify the body as part of our group and detoxify our environment. It is focused approach on epigenetic processes and functional medicine. It incorporates dietary guidelines for optimizing stem cell proliferation, incorporates natural means of activating 2 types of stem cells, including bone marrow-derived mesenchymal cells, and it also includes mesenchymal stem cells, BMSCs, and also includes adipose tissue-derived stem cells, ATSCs. These are natural means. You will also get access to a proprietary formula for a daily rejuvenation smoothie, supplementation that builds natural holistic stem cell development. It includes a guided 3-day water fast jumpstart. It includes a weekly Zoom seminar or Zoom webinar and continuous peer-to-peer support via WhatsApp, as well as I'm throwing in a 1/2 hour one-on-one consultation with Coach Keaty about your about your issue. You can do it in a single payment of $299, or you can do it in 2 payments of $159 each. That is our stem cell rejuvenation course. Is anybody feeling me on this? Or am I just only talking to myself? I would like to think that we can do magnificent things, but we're going to have to learn to do them together. So I'm going to post this up on my Facebook page for those of you who are Facebook friends with me. I also put up links not comprehensive links, but links on the other pages. There is a natural mystic that's blowing in the air. As we listen carefully, we can hear and we can respond. So we're going to do the best we can and learn to do even better, ever more better, mo better, mo better. On that note, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. You've been tuned into your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are living in black.com. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you on what we aim to be is your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. Tell your friends to tell their friends that we have our own now. And our own is actually pretty doggone good. We are Living in Black. LIB Radio, LIB TV, livinginblack.com. Peace, y'all. And also, do support your brother. I print these books. The books are useful, the books are good, but you'll never know. You never read not one of them.